Access granted.
Hi, welcome to the lab. My name is Jenna Shipman with Science Methods Section 2. Today's lesson is perfect for you third graders. We're focusing in on, why do I feel dizzy when I spin around? Have you ever rolled down a hill or spun around in circles and then couldn't walk straight? Do you remember your head feeling weird or dizzy? Well, I have. When I was at a birthday party, there was a giant birthday cake piñata. They had me spin around 10 times blindfolded and tried to hit the candy-filled piñata. I could barely walk. Let's take a look at why this happens. A part of your body that senses motion is in your ear. This sense has sent the wrong signal to your brain, making you feel dizzy. The vestibular system, located in the upper portion of the inner ear, can sense whether your body is standing, lying down, moving, or not moving. Here's how the system works. In the inner ear, there are crystals of calcium carbonate that are attached to hair-like sensory nerve cells and fluid called endolymph. When you turn your head in different directions, the gravity pulls on the crystals and the fluid lags behind. These crystals then stimulate the nerve cells, which send the message to the brain that you are moving. The brain then interprets the signal to know which way your head is tilted. When you are spinning, the endolymph moves slowly in the direction that you are spinning. The movement of the fluid sends signals to the brain that your head is indeed spinning. Eventually, the fluid catches up with your spinning body and no longer stimulates the hairs. Once you stop, the endolymph continues to move, stimulating the hairs again, but this time in the opposite direction. This sends signals to the brain that you are still in motion, even though you have stopped. This is why you feel dizzy. Eventually, the fluid stops moving, no signals are being sent to the brain, so the brain knows that you have stopped, and you no longer feel dizzy. Let's try an experiment to visualize the movement of the fluid and the bending of the hairs in the inner ear. For this experiment, you will need a glass jar, some water, and some string. To start out, we're going to fill our glass jar with water. Next, we're going to have an adult help you poke holes in the lid and tie string through it. Place the lid on top, and then we're going to spin the jar. Notice that after the jar has stopped moving, the hair-like follicles or the string continues to move. This is the same thing that happens in your ear. Once you've stopped moving, the endolymph continues to move, making you feel dizzy. Now let's try this on ourselves. Spin around 10 times to the right. Stop! Once you've stopped, you should notice that you feel slightly dizzy. Once you've recovered, do the same thing, so spin 10 times to the right, but instead of stopping, immediately spin 10 times to the left. Stop! You should notice that you don't feel quite as dizzy. This is because the endolymph movement is moving in the opposite direction, and they cancel out each other. How cool is that? Thanks for helping me investigate. Now you can tell all your friends what you know about being dizzy. Be kind to one another.
Because it's all about your ears and balance. It's all about your ears and balance. It's all about your ears and balance. It's all about your ears ears. Yeah, it's pretty clear you're getting dizzy too, but we can explain why this is happening to you. Cause I got that boom boom that all the students chasing, knowing why I'm dizzy after I'm spinning.
I see those dizzy kids that can't walk straight, but if they'd spin the opposite way, they'd make the dizziness stop.
If you've been dizzy, just raise them up, cause the endolymph is moving even after you have stopped.
The vestibular system is located in your ear.
There are cilia and crystals and endolymph all up in here.
Endo.
You know it won't be so hard to understand if you know these flags while you move along. We're bringing science back and here to teach you dizzy students that we're not playing. I know you think it's rad, but we're here to tell you that there's fluid in your ears that keeps them moving when you stop. That the vestibular system is located in your ear. There are cilia and crystals and endolymph all up in here. Endo. You know it won't be so hard to understand if you know these facts. So remember the endolymph flags while you move along. Because it's all about your ears and balance. It's all about your ears and balance. It's all about your ears and balance. It's all about your ears.